Hello, ECE 240, and welcome to week 6. This week, we're going to go over 2 chapters, moral development and also families. These 2 chapters really go well together. But before I go into the 2 chapters, I cannot stress enough that it's very important that you complete all 5 observations to pass this class. So make sure that you're completing all 5 observations. You need to turn all of those in to be able to pass this class. All right, so getting back to our 2 chapters for the week, moral development and families. Moral development. What is moral development? Well, it really is about those thoughts, those feelings, those behaviors that are happening regarding what is right and what is wrong. Our moral compass, right? And who are the individuals that have the biggest impact on our moral development? Well, for many of us, that's our parents. Or the individual that raised us. Maybe it's a grandma, a grandpa, an uncle, an aunt, a mom, or a dad. But that individual that was our primary caregiver really has some of the biggest influence, or has the biggest influence, of what our moral development is. And then, of course, as we get older, our peers start to impact that as well. What are other opportunities that impact our moral development? Maybe the religion that you're a part of. Your book does a really nice job of showing this graph to show that in our nation, as less people are going to church, we're seeing more crime in our nation. And it's a very interesting graph that kind of shares a trend here in the United States. When it comes to moral development, I really want you to focus on 2 things. Schools also have an important role on our moral development. Schools have the ability to teach us what is right and wrong. And they do this by what's called a hidden curriculum, okay? So I really need you to focus on, when you're reading this chapter, to learn what the hidden curriculum is, because the hidden curriculum is going to be on your final, okay? And then when it comes to moral development, I have a really great video for you to watch that does a really great job of breaking down Kohlberg's theory of moral development. And he breaks it down into 6 stages. So for this week, when you go to our class, let me find it really quick. Here's moral development. You will see you have a conversation that you're going to have. And this conversation really is for you to reflect and think about how are parents' techniques linked to children's moral development. What are some of those proactive strategies parents can use to avert potential misbehavior by children before it happens? Now, for this one, you only have to list the discussion. You do not have to respond to a peer, and that's due by Friday. Of course, for this chapter, you also have a quiz for this chapter, and which is your chapter 13 quiz. Okay, but this is the video that I really want you to watch, which is down here, Kohlberg Stages of Moral Development. I also give you some resources and ways to support positive guidance through the ages, but this video is really key and important for you to watch. And now this takes us on to families. All right, so let me go ahead and get us over to the slide for families. All right, so for this, our family has the biggest impact on our overall development due to cultural, ethnic, social, economic variations all impact who we are because of our parents and their parenting skills. Culture impacts parenting. Ethnicity impacts parenting. and social economic status also impacts parenting. It is shown that children who live in lower SES, and I'll go over here, are in atmosphere where the parents are more of an authoritarian type of household, okay? And they give more direction of what kids are supposed to do and less kind of just conversations that go back and forth. And then children who live in higher SES environments, their parents support more of these kind of conversations, really want to show what are the results due to following a rule or not following a rule. They are less directive and more conversational with their children. And so this week, what I really want you to do and to learn kind of the history of parenting and families within our nation, I have a really great video for you to watch, which is called The History of Parenting Practices, Child Development Theory. So it ties parenting practices with child development theories. You must watch this video. This video is also going to be on your final, so please make sure to watch the video. I also have a great video that comes from Harvard University that talks about that if we want to improve the outcomes of children, the way we do it is by building the skills and the capacities of those adults, those leaders, and their life. That's what this class is all about, that I'm trying to teach you these tools so that when you interact with youth and young people, you know how to improve higher outcomes for them, how to tap in to brain development. And of course, I leave you with some great tools there to enhance your ability to interact and have great relationships and attachment with our youth. So what you'll see here is the video to watch here, of course, the other video, and here's your question. You're gonna kind of go on a virtual field trip, okay? And what I want you to do for your virtual field trip is I do have a website here that is all about resources here in Arizona. Here's an extra credit opportunity called Vroom. You can turn that in before the end of our time together. But your question of the week, which is families, I want you to go on a virtual field trip, and you're going to go to 2 different websites, which is the Arizona website of First Things First and the California website, which is First 5 California. Both of these websites are intended to support and build the skills and capacity of parents and of families. So what I want you to do is, after exploring both websites, please answer the following questions. What did you learn from each website? Connect what you learned to our class and textbook. So I want you to connect what you learned from the websites to what we're learning in class, okay? And the final thing is I want you to do is, which website did you find more useful and why? And be really honest with your response. That is due by Saturday, and then I want you to respond to one peer by Sunday, okay? So that's what I have for you this week, a great week that is about moral development. Our families, our parents are those that have the biggest impact of our moral development and our overall development as human beings. So I look forward to you having a great week of learning about and reflecting about your upbringing and how that has impacted who you are today. So have a great week 6, and I look forward to seeing all of your wonderful work online this week. Take care and have a wonderful week. Bye.